Hi and welcome to today's Keep It Simple Starseeds video. My intention with all of these Keep It Simple Kiss videos are to do quick little pieces of information to assist in raising the vibration and the frequencies. We're all here together in this world on this earth. Some of us feel a little bit more drawn to the term starseeds. Those of you know who you are, and we feel like maybe our intention here is to raise our frequency and vibration, to assist on Mother Earth, and to help each other. And that's where these videos of the Keep It Simple Starseed videos might really resonate with you. But anybody can use these. Just a simple way to make yourself feel better and to help others feel better. And today it's all about the heart. Every video is all about the heart, truthfully, because that's where everything comes from. But one of the most common questions that I get in sessions when I'm working with someone is about the heart. How do I know I'm in my heart? I get this question all the time. And sometimes, and it's a good question that we should just be asking ourselves anyways, am I in my heart right now? So I want to start off with just that simple question. How do I know I'm in the heart versus in my head? Excuse me. And so the first question is, ask yourself, am I in my heart right now? And so one of the tools that you can use is tuning into your body. So when I ask myself a question, am I in my heart right now? There's a subtle energy that goes through my body, and it either feels like a yes or it feels like a no. You guys, this is a little bit more advanced on the starseed exercises. But the more you practice, the more you can get into this. Magenta Pixie, who I really love listening to, I've been listening to her for years now, talks about asking yourself your name. So my name is Carrie. Ask yourself your name. My name is fill in the blank. And you'll know in your body if that feels true to you or if it doesn't feel true to you. So ask yourself, am I in my heart right now? And asking that simple question does several things. First of all, for myself, and this is all based on my perception, my personal experience, if I'm in my heart, it feels lighter. It feels higher in my body. It feels like my head is expanding if it's a yes. If it's a no, and this is also like a form of muscle testing, really. If it's a no, I get a heavier feeling, a lower, a denser feeling, and sometimes it feels like it's heaviness in my stomach. It'll be different for everyone. And so play with that. That's the first little piece of fun information that maybe you can use as a tool to find out, am I in my heart or am I in my head? But for those of us who are really feeling like, that's not working for me, we're going to go a little deeper right now. And the question then is, how do I feel right now in this now moment? And you know, automatically, just by asking these questions of how do I feel right now, it takes us out of our head and it puts us into our body. Our body is our tool. It's our light ship, so to speak. It tells us feedback. What we're feeling in our body is essentially representing what's going on in our head or heart, and so on and so forth. And so if you stop and you ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And you think, I'm feeling a little tense, and be honest with yourself. Because sometimes we go, oh, I'm feeling fine. Well, then maybe go a little deeper. How am I feeling in my body? So all of these are places that you might be feeling something that's in your head versus your heart. Your body, how am I feeling about work? How am I feeling about my friendships, my relationships, my spouse, life in general? And as you go through this, you'll feel different responses in your body. Tightness, tension, openness, expansiveness. Now, first place is asking that question takes us into our body. How am I feeling in my body? Go down through the body. Am I holding tension in my jaw? Am I breathing? Are my shoulders tight? Am I clenching my hands? Do I have a headache? Am I feeling anxious in my stomach? Those are all things to pay attention to. So how is my body feeling? And go through and just recognize if your body is feeling tense in any area in your body. Take a deep breath and let it go, but recognize that just by taking a step back and getting into your body can help you get into your heart. Asking, am I in my heart right now? Put your awareness, remember, where intention, attention goes, energy flows. So by automatically feeling, it takes you out of analytical thought thinking. And so if we're overanalyzing and overthinking things, of course we're in our heads, right? And if we're asking the question constantly, why? Why is it? Why haven't I? Why haven't I yet? Or why has this happened to me in the past? Projecting ourselves into the future, projecting ourselves into the past, of course, is all future, past, not now. So the second thing to do, or third thing, I don't even know what number I'm on right now, but is now. Allow. So am I allowing? Because once you get into your body, once you get out of your head and get into how you're feeling, it also allows you to be now, being present, rather than thinking about, I have to get this done. Why hasn't this happened yet? Why haven't I found the right person? Why haven't I gotten that promotion? Etc., etc., etc. Or, how come I did this? I can't believe this happened. And putting ourselves into the past. Both of those are not happening now. But our body doesn't really recognize that if we're telling ourselves constantly over and over again in our head, that's where we are. Because if we're thinking about the past, that's where we are. If we're thinking about the future, that's where we are. We're not in our heart. We're not in our body. So again, recognize if you're in the future or if you're in the past. Bring yourself into now. Now equals allow. I am accepting of whatever is going on. Doesn't mean that you have to roll over and accept and say, okay, well, it is what it is. That's not what this is about. This is about accepting and recognizing what's going on here and allowing those feelings to come up. So rather than thinking about them and asking the questions, sometimes we're asking the questions, but we're not open in our hearts to receive the answers. We then block the answers and stay in our head, keep trudging away and keep working towards our goals. When in reality, if we just allowed ourselves to just take a step back and be a bit more open, those answers, those goals, those future desires, those things we want to let go of in the past will then be allowed and received to then move forward, up and out, right? Evolution, expansion, ascension. And so are we feeling constricted, anxious, anytime we feel like we're in a struggle, we maybe want to take a step back and say, what's going on right now? Again, that is analyzing, how am I feeling right now? I'm feeling like I'm struggling. I'm struggling with my breath. I'm struggling with my spouse, whatever it might be, my children. Go into the heart. I now allow myself to receive and come from a place of non-judgment, which leads me into, are you feeling fear, disappointment, worry, right? All of these are in our head. Bitterness. Bitterness some people might argue, well, no, that's an emotion. Well, it is. It's an emotion. But if we're not allowing ourselves to come here and we're thinking about how bitter we are, then that is not being in our heart, right? But we can come from a place of love and say, I am feeling bitter. I now accept that I feel bitter. I allow this bitterness to move through me, transmute it, move on. Just by kind of acknowledging it and not avoiding it can help diffuse those feelings and integrate them so that we can ascend, expand, move out, go into the heart, and not constrict and hold on and block other people from sending us love and us from receiving that love or sending it out to the beings around us. Fear and disappointment comes back into, how are we feeling about our bodies, ourselves? Any of these are not love. So we know that if we're feeling these feelings, we're not necessarily coming from a place of heart. And the two strongest, for myself, from my own perspective, ways of feeling is coming into gratitude and appreciation. And some of you guys might go, Carrie, that's really hard to come into a place of appreciation when I'm feeling all these other things. And you're absolutely right. However, if you can just take a step back, be in now, allow those feelings to come to the surface, get a good cry, go for a walk, go and do some physical exercise, take a taekwondo class, Do something that allows you to work some of those emotions or toxins, expressions out of your body into your awareness, into your field, so that you're not creating more going into the head, right? So I appreciate the fact that I'm having this emotion, because the feeling of that emotion and the integration of that emotion can be a very beautiful experience. May not seem like that at the time, or it may not seem like that in the beginning, but after you've had that good cry, after you've acknowledged that this is how you're feeling, it's a completely different feeling, which is here. And all of a sudden you can come from a place of compassion for that other person, for that situation, for yourself. And when you come into, I am grateful that I was able to express this and let go of this. I am grateful for the opportunity to express myself. I am grateful for whatever it might be. You can be grateful for your children, grateful for someone in your life that is supporting you, grateful for Mother Earth, for the water that you have to drink, for the food that's on your table, for the clothing that you have on your body, all for your body. Just that one little spark of feeling gratitude and saying, I appreciate this now. I appreciate the breath moving into me. And I appreciate someone around you. Just being in that space can help all of this other stuff, this struggle, just kind of relax a little bit and soften. And what that does is it allows you to come from a place of acceptance so that you can then allow the gifts to come in, allow the help that you've been asking for to be received. And so how do you know when you're in your head versus your heart? You feel it. You just recognize it. You recognize it. And just in being that feeling, it helps you get out of the head and get into you, right? Into your higher self. Allow your higher self to go into you from the heart. And that helps you express, project. That allows you to see that bigger reflection of what it is, that who it is that you truly are. So I hope that helped. I didn't go over too much about the fight or flight response in cortisol. Recognizing that when we're in our head and our bodies are in that static space, it raises all the hormones. All of the cortisol goes up in the body, and it puts your body in this high energy, anxious feeling. And so once we can kind of come into that space of now I allow myself to feel whatever I'm feeling, that can put you back into that heart. And that heart awareness, I brought up heart math in the beginning, it's scientific fact that that releases that, it kind of gets rid of that cortisol. That cortisol then balances out the hormones in your body. And I encourage you to look up and do some research on cortisol and what it does to the body. Also, all of this directly affects the nervous system, hence feeling nervous energy. So if you're feeling all of this, recognizing I'm not in my heart, just doing some simple breathing. Is my breathing, how am I breathing? How am I breathing? Am I breathing open, or am I breathing short, shallow breaths? Take a deep breath in. I now allow myself to fill in the blanks. Going from there, feeling, and then all of a sudden, you can kind of get out of that funk, get out of that fight or flight response, even if it's just for a second. And it's moment to moment to momentum that carries us forward into that space of higher vibration. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. I hope that you found this video interesting, fun, helpful, and I invite you to share it with anyone that you feel might benefit from it. And thank you so much for tuning in. I love the comments. I love the feedback. Thank you so much. Namaste and love and light.